Turner. I'm a granddaughter of Miss Vantrease Russell. I'd like to welcome you to the Russell home, where we take care of special needs children and adults. This is a cabinet that we have of my grandmother's things that she has gotten throughout the years that she never ever wanted to put out. She wanted to always make the focus on the children, not of herself. So she had all this stuff stored in her closet and under her bed. This is the first license ever given to a home like this with special needs children. It actually says certificate number 1 for the state of Florida. It was given in 1951. This is my beautiful grandmother, Vantrease Russell, and these are some of the things that we're very proud of her for, her achievements and her honors. So now I'm going to continue my tour going to the nursery where you can meet some of our children. Now we're entering the nursery. This is where our more profound children are that have to have 24-hour supervision and care. This is Amy, and Amy's been with us since she was almost 3 years old. Amy is a microcephalic child. She jumped when I touched her. Amy cannot see you, but she can hear you. She is actually 37 years old. She has a tube in her belly that we have to feed her through. She knows our touch. Hi, Amy. She knows our touch. She knows our voices. She knows she's loved. She actually is the oldest living microcephalic in the United States. They did a study on her at Arnold Palmer Hospital, and that's where we found that out. That is Cherie. And she's very excited. She loves music. She loves to dance. She's been here since she was almost 15 years old. She's now 56 years old. And Paul is looking at the camera. Paul is one of our first alcohol fetal syndrome children brought to the Russell home. He came to us at 3 days old, and he loves people. He loves hugs. Paul, can I have a hug? He understands you. He loves hugs. He's a sweet, sweet baby. Say, I'm a sweet baby. He's a very lonely child. He doesn't want a lot of people around him. When I say the loneliness, he likes to be alone. He doesn't like a crowd of people. This is Susie. Susie is now 61 years old. She was one of grandmother's first children that was brought to us that was a drug baby. She was born with no eyes and a partial spine, and she's been here her whole life. She knows our voices, our touches. She's taken care of through the nursery care. We have 3 people in this nursery at all times. We have first, second, and third shift, and they're like mommies on every shift. So they know their names, they know how they sound, they know their touches, and they know their moans and groans. Because Susie doesn't ever cry. She's one of our healthiest children we have here at the Russell home. This is Jenny. Jenny's been at our home since she was almost 3. She is now 61. Her and Susie are about the same age up here in the nursery, so they've been like sisters forever. This is David. David has been at our home since 1982. He was brought to us by his family, who were missionaries, who went overseas to Thailand and couldn't take David because he was special needs. David was number 17 in his family. His is a genetic disorder. He has a lot of different things wrong with him, unfortunately. He does have a brace on his arm, as you can see. David has a syndrome that he doesn't feel pain. He'll bite his fingers and hand until they bleed, and he doesn't feel it, unfortunately. He does have a wheelchair we get him up in. He loves to get up in his wheelchair and go to the park on a walk. David is now he's going to be 39 very soon. But we love David. This is our girls' room. This is for the children, the girls, that are pretty high functional. Most of them are Down syndrome. Okay, this is our boys' bedrooms. This is Warren's bedroom, and then we have an extra bed for when Matthew or Joey or Jimmy or whoever spends the night. As you can tell, they love the Harley. The Harley group is really good to us. They provided the comforters and the pictures for the boys' rooms. This is another boys' room. This is for Newton and Johnny. This is where they stay, along with the Harley group. They love Elvis, and they love James Bond. Okay, now I'm going to take you into the living room. This is where my grandparents used to have our Christmas and our Thanksgivings and our family time when I was a little girl. We didn't have the other part of the house. This is now Benji's room and baby Michael's bed, and Kenny, who is our oldest client. There's a picture of Kenny on the pillow. Kenny is 65 years old, and he came here when he was 2. So he's been here all his life. Hey, this is the classroom that we've already been in once today, but right now, as it is 2:10, It's free time. From 2 o'clock to 2:30, they get to do whatever they want. Yay! So what most of them like to do, they like to play the Wii, they like to color and do arts and crafts, but most of all, some of them would just like to relax and wind down before they have another class session at 2:30. They have exercise and outside fun. Okay, this is the kitchen area. This is where my grandmother made me and my family and my cousins and second cousins breakfast, lunch, and dinner all the time along with her kids. As you can tell, the counters, the floor, none of it's been replaced in all these years. The bungee cord is holding the stove covered so it won't pop open so we can get the food done. We do have a steam table to the left, and it is so we can make sure the eyes on the burners, two of them don't work. But we're being very patient because once we remodel, we're going to be receiving a beautiful new kitchen, and we're very anxious. This is the room that we call the safe room. This is the room we come to when we have really bad storms. We feel safer out here because it has a sturdier roof and the windows are more plexiglass windows. This is also the room that we do Sunday morning church in. Doesn't look like this on Sunday morning. We move all the chairs around and the pastor comes up towards the bar area over here, and we have a puppet show setting where they do a puppet show to tell about the Bible verse they're learning. This is also the room that we do Christmas morning in. We have all of our Christmas parties, our birthday parties, any type of fun party we do out here. They have a creative dance class every Thursday afternoon. They have fitness program on Monday, Wednesday, Friday out here. And then once a month we do a fun night at the Russell home. By the way, the resident that was very relaxed in the recliner reading the newspaper sports section, that's our own Newton, and he thinks he's James Bond.